was pretty good. Nothing too much to brag about. We had our wins, we had our losses. And then as we got closer to the state tournament, I remember we played one of our biggest rivals, Holy Family. And we went into it really thinking, okay, we're gonna get them, we're gonna beat them this time. We hadn't beat them the whole time I'd been in high school. And so that was always the biggest competition. And we got there, got out on the floor. We started out really good, and then, all of a sudden we just start losing. And we're losing point by point by point, and soon there's just this massive stretch where we're not gonna pull it off. And I remember getting into the locker room thinking, crap, like if we can't beat them, we're not gonna make it.
So we finally made it to the regional tournament. We had 2 teams left to beat before we could make it to the state championship, and it was a win or go home situation.
Those were actually my first games back after my last concussion, and so we got back into regionals and we were playing away in Brush. And we were out on the floor, we were in a super tight game, and we came out with the win. We won the regional tournament.
We kind of had this mindset at that point of like, oh sweet, we made it to state, but I don't know how it's gonna go from there. And then I remember one of my teammates, Abby Haggerty, her dad came into our locker room and was like, Holy Family lost, so we wouldn't have to face them in the state tournament at all. And that caused probably more of a celebration than winning the game itself, because we knew we actually stood a chance.
So we finally made it to the state championship. We won that first game, and then we were facing the undefeated Trinidad.
We knew going into it that they were really, really good shooters, like super good shooters, and we hadn't really played a team like that before and been very successful. And they came into that game and they just missed shot after shot after shot, which was unheard of for them.
And I just remember looking at our team, and you could just see the confidence building in everyone and saying, all right, we're gonna get this.
We beat Trinidad in that semifinal game, and we were going to the state championship. And as the coach, it was like, whoa, we could actually do this.
Just knowing at the end of that game that we were going to state championship was just a really crazy feeling. Like, it's hard to even describe how that felt, because nobody in the entire state of Colorado believed that we would even make it to that game. So the fact that we had done that meant a lot to us.
So we finally made it to the state championship, and we were playing Eaton, who they had beat us earlier that year. And coaching a state championship team is a whole different story than playing in it. And you just want it for these girls so bad, but there's only so much you can do.
I mean, playing in a state championship there's not really a feeling that I felt since then. Your adrenaline is just pumping like crazy. Like, everything just seems like it's not really real. You're not really sure what's really even going on. I remember the first shot I took, I had so much adrenaline pumping through my body that I was long by a good 5 feet. It wasn't even close to the rim.
Just going out there and playing as a team and looking at all of those girls and knowing that, we love each other as a team and we play together as a team. And I remember the last 4 minutes of the game, we really started to get a lead in the game. And we'd get a lead, and then it'd get a little closer, and then we'd get a lead, and we'd get a little closer.
Fourth quarter was a little crazy. We started to get a lead. I think we had a 4-point lead.
I was just on the edge of my seats, and these girls could actually do it. They just need to hold on for just a little bit longer.
And with 4 minutes left, we decided just to hold the ball and try to let them foul us, and that wasn't exactly our strong suit. Our strong suit was turning the ball over.
I try so hard that I'm so excited about getting that lead, and I get so competitive, but sometimes I get a little ahead of myself. And I remember the worst thing that happened. I'm running down the court, it's a fast break, just got the steal, and I go up for a layup and I travel right at the end of the game. And I remember thinking, oh my gosh, you did not just do that. I remember having to step up to that free throw line, and I thought, okay, I just traveled, I just missed the layup. I'm not gonna miss these free throws.
Brooklyn was at the free throw line, and she put us up by 5 points with her free throws. So that kind of sealed the deal for us. There was only a couple seconds left, and we knew they weren't gonna score 5 points in a couple seconds. So they go down, they shoot a half-court shot, and I just remember watching them shoot it, and time just stood still. Like, everyone, we all just looked at each other. We weren't sure what to do, and you can see it when you go back and watch the film. We all kind of stand there for half a second before we just sprint back to our bench. And that like dog pile group hug was probably one of the funnest times of my life.
I remember looking back at all my team, we're jumping in the air, we're excited, all of the fans are going crazy. And for me personally, I remember the first person I looked to was my dad. And I just thought, all right, my dad and I, we just won a state championship together. This is the best feeling in the world. I remember running up to him, hugging him. It was awesome.
So since then, being an underdog, it doesn't really mean a whole lot because I've seen so many girls go from average and mediocre to being outstanding and all-state players and state championships.
It just has helped me. I know going through college, looking for jobs, it's intimidating, that kind of stuff, but after going through something like winning the state championship as a complete underdog, you kind of have this confidence in yourself that you know you can do stuff that other people don't believe you can really do.
It's taught me that I can learn from those mistakes. I can keep moving forward, and just like that dumb travel in the game, I can say, I'm not gonna do that again. I'm gonna make it push me to get better and to get stronger, and I think I view that in life, that those mistakes I make, yeah, yesterday I might have made a really big mistake. This morning I might have really messed up, but that doesn't define me, and that doesn't have to make me who I am. And that I can continue to be more like Christ every single day, and just keep pushing myself to be a better Christian.
I'm Leah Deal, and I'm a state champion.
I am Brooklyn Long, and I am a state champion.
I'm Abby Chapman, and I am a state champion.